Winter in Thunder Bay. When I told people I was traveling to the top of Lake Superior, a lot of people thought I was nuts. 3 days of near blizzard conditions had just finished dumping 50 centimeters of fresh snow across the city. The roads were slick, the sidewalks were buried. Winter in Thunder Bay isn't like other places in central and southern Ontario. It's a little wilder. Here, winter isn't something to survive. It's something to conquer. The city of Thunder Bay sits on the northern tip of Lake Superior, the largest freshwater lake on Earth. This is where Ontario stops pretending to be gentle. I've explored this region many times. By car, by bike, on foot. In the dead heat of summer when those trails above Sleeping Giant are nothing short of legendary. During the warmer months, it's epic, vast and untamed. In the winter though, Thunder Bay takes epic to an entirely different level. I'm up north to see just how epic winter adventures in Thunder Bay, Ontario can get. Skating, ice climbing, hiking, cross-country skiing. This city has it all. Winter in Thunder Bay is going to be wild.
And all of this is just a 90-minute flight from Toronto.
The flight from Pearson to Thunder Bay International barely gives you enough time to finish a bad airport coffee before you're already descending through thick, low cloud towards a city buried in white. I checked into the Courthouse Hotel, one of Thunder Bay's most storied properties, perched high above Lake Superior with a direct sight line to the Sleeping Giant.
This is one of the many amazing heritage properties throughout Thunder Bay. It blends that classic Northern Ontario charm with a little bit of history.
In Northern Ontario, hockey takes on a level of passion unmatched throughout the rest of the province.
To test the pace of this city, I hit up Fort Williams Gardens for a Lakehead Thunderwolves game.
There's nothing like freezing your toes off in an arena to earn a good meal.
Thunder Bay's food scene always blows me away, and tonight I get to hit a place that I've always wanted to check out, but I have not had a chance to try before.
Knowing my love of live music, my friend Aaron, a Thunder Bay local, suggested the Foundry. Within about 4 minutes of sitting down, I understood why. This city has a quiet pride about its culture. Live music venues are vanishing across Ontario at a rate that should concern anyone who cares about what makes a community tick. The Foundry is pushing back. Real energy, real music. A stage for talented local musicians paired with food that sits just a touch above what you'd expect. Day 2 of my winter adventures in Thunder Bay. Today is going to be epic, with ice climbing in the morning and fat biking in the afternoon. But before I get started, I need to fuel up. The first rule of Northern Ontario adventure: never travel hungry. Daytona's kitchen, a proper diner. Breakfast arrives hot, coffee never runs out, and in the corner of the room, the Canada versus USA Olympic hockey final is playing on the television. Nobody at Daytona's is eating without one eye on that screen.
I've tried rock climbing all around the world, across North and South America, into Europe and Asia. This is my first time trying ice climbing. I'm hanging out with Eric from Outdoor Skills and Thrills, and we're trekking in near the border with Minnesota. And the snow here is very, very deep.
I met up with Eric Fishman from Outdoor Skills and Thrills, an experienced, patient guide who arrived with a full kit and a golden Labrador retriever named Summit. 40-minute drive toward the Minnesota border gave me time to contemplate what I'd signed up for. Ice climbing had always lived in that mental category reserved for things other people do. Serious people. People with better life insurance than me. When we arrived, the trail to the frozen waterfall was completely buried. What should have been a 15-minute hike became an hour-long snowshoe through waist-deep powder. Ice climbing is not a casual winter activity, but honestly, why would you travel all the way up to Thunder Bay for something casual?
I love my job.
Nothing rights the world after dangling off a frozen waterfall like exceptional tacos. Nortenos Cantina downtown is a Thunder Bay staple that I look forward to every single time I visit the city. Kangas Sauna is a Thunder Bay staple for recovery and relaxation. The Finnish immigrants who helped build this city understood something fundamental. The harder the day outside, the more essential the recovery afterward. Kangas Sauna has been delivering that northern reset for generations. After a waist-deep snowshoe and a frozen waterfall, I was in no position to argue with the Finnish on this particular point. Thunder Bay does not get nearly enough credit for what it delivers at the dinner table. I stepped into Caribou restaurant and wine bar, and the city made its case quietly and emphatically. Cheese risotto balls that disappeared with an embarrassing lack of dignity on my part. A blackened pork chop that ranks among the best I've had anywhere. Full disclosure. Cross-country skiing and I have a complicated relationship. A long, unhappy history of frozen toes, malfunctioning rental equipment, and the particular humiliation of working very hard to go absolutely nowhere. Aaron promised me Kamview Nordic Centre would fix that. I drove out with the confidence of a man who's been promised redemption and is mildly skeptical.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
Good.
This is Northern Ontario outdoors as it should be. Just me in the wilderness. And my inability to cross-country ski.
I've done a lot of winter sports, but this is my third time ever on cross-country skis. For some reason, the sport has always felt highly unnatural to me. But I think I'm starting to figure it out. You know what? I am super proud of myself today. I really had no idea what I was getting into when I came to Kamview. I didn't really know how to cross-country ski. And I've gone through almost 6 kilometers of Northern Ontario wilderness, and it has been beautiful, and I think I finally got most of this figured out. I still don't know how to go uphill, but the rest, I think I've got it. That roar behind me, that's Kakabeka Falls. I've never seen it during the winter. I heard it's amazing. Let's go check it out.
Kakabeka Falls Provincial Park in winter is unlike anywhere else in Ontario. One of the province's most powerful waterfalls, thundering through a canyon of ice-encased rock. Its roar relentless and indifferent to the season. Frozen mist clings to riverside trees, coating them layer by layer until they become something otherworldly. I walked the mountain portage trail, the singular crunch of boots on fresh snow, the waterfall's roar slowly fading as the trail pulled me deeper into the boreal forest, replaced by the delicate peeps of pine grosbeaks and the intermittent, almost prehistoric rattle of pileated woodpeckers. This was peace on earth with a view.
Winter in Thunder Bay isn't polished to perfection. It's not twinkling lights and Christmas markets. It's raw and it's honest and it's demanding. And honestly, that's why it's worth it.
So, if you're in Toronto, stop complaining about the weather. Lean into it. Adventure is just 90 minutes away in Thunder Bay. And it might just change how you think about winter. If this kind of adventure is your style, hit subscribe. We explore the places most people skip, because that's where adventure begins. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Wandering Wagars, Adventure, Family, Travel.